Hello racing fans and a warm welcome to Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. Bet with the best, bet with WSB. I trust that you, the valued racing fan, as well. Of course, a short week when it comes to our midweek, or should I say our week's racing Monday to Friday, with no racing on Monday, abandoned race meeting on Tuesday. But there is plenty to look forward to this week, and it is a double header. On Saturday, we race at Hollywood Bets Durbanville and at Turfentine. And then it is a wonderful weekend when it comes to racing in Gqeberha. We race on Friday and Sunday. Of course, Sunday is their big day of the year. It's the Algoa Cup, and looking forward to that race meeting, which promises to attract a lot of attention when it comes to that Sunday card. We've got 4 horses to follow, and I trust that your week has been well, and hopefully you can end things off on a high. You are spoiled for choice, so pick your spots, aim and fire. So, 4 horses to follow. I like the look of 3 runners at Turfentine, and I've just picked out 1 runner at Durbanville. Those are going to be the 4 horses for Saturday. And away we go with those 4 horses to follow. And our day will begin early at Turfentine, where there are 10 races carded. So race number 2, which begins the part at around 12:30, is a maiden plate of 1160. And the selection for Trackside is going to be Walled Garden. Number 2, it is Soma and Pierce Stratum that team up with the son of Flower Alley. Yeah, a horse that's obviously had his issues, and he's taken some time, and making his debut as a 4-year-old, which was on the 5th of October. And that day, if you can recall, there was plenty of confidence in the betting market for him, and I can tell you that confidence did come from the stable. They were quietly fancying their chances of maybe this horse making a winning debut. And it was just inexperience that caught him out on the day. He was green for most of the way. He didn't jump on terms. He was towards the back of the field. And once he moved into a position, the race didn't work out for him as well. So things did not go his way first time out. And if that first run has brought him along and the horse has learned from that experience, one would think with natural improvement and the fact that he's a horse that does show them ability back home, I think now with the services of Pierce Stratum, the experience of the 1 run, all he needs to do is just come on, and he will be the horse to beat. I will tell you that I will be at Turfentine on Saturday through my association with Dial and Chinsami, and I'll be hoping to lead in this winner. Number 2, Walled Garden in race number 2. Lots of confidence coming through from the yard that he is the horse to beat. So that is race number 2. We then go on to the next race. It's quick and fast because race number 3, which starts off the place accumulator, is over 1,600 meters. And here, the runner that grabs my attention the most is a horse called Funny Player. It is Paul Matchett teaming up with Sereno Mudley. Nice to see Sereno make his trip down to Turfentine. He doesn't travel much, but he rides in the Victory Moon Stakes, a horse called Savannah Storm. That's the main reason he's down for. But he's picked up a few chances along the way, and one of them is for Onamata Pandaram at number 10, Funny Player. Now, if you can recall, during the course of the week on Tuesday, this horse was carded to race and was one of the fancied runners in that field. Of course, that race meeting was abandoned. And he now gets a chance over the weekend over a distance that's going to suit him much better than the 1,450 meters did last time out. Of course, we have to touch on that run. From a poor draw, he was dropped out by Samanga Kamala that was on the Turfentine inside track. And he was somewhere off the speed turning to the straight. In fact, position-wise, he was towards the back of the field. In fact, at the back of the field once they turned into that elbow on the inside track, and he had a lot of work to do, but he was the runner that caught your eye in a big way, running on smartly in the quickest form to finish, 22.6 seconds, and he ended up beating under a length by Copper Mist. Now, the 1,600 meter trip on what we saw first time out is no doubt going to suit him much better. But I think the plus is from the Turfentine inside track, to the stand-side track at Turfentine is also going to be a benefit to him, because it's a nice long run-in, as we've come to know it. Turfentine, about 800 meters as they turn into the straight, will give this horse enough time to find his stride, find his feet, and find the finish that he did on debut. And over this mile, if he does find that finish, I think he will be the horse to beat. Race 3, number 10, Dunny Player. And then I'm going on to the main event, which is a competitive field in the Betway Victory Moon Stakes, a Group 3 over 1,800 meters. There is lots of form to work around. There's some quality in this field. But the runner that is starting to grab one's attention is this horse called Atticus Finch from the Alec Laird stable, who has shortened for the Summer Cup on World Sports Betting. So as a young horse, he just had the one run as a juvenile. As a 3-year-old, I think he showed potential, but he has now starting to come into his own as a 4-year-old. He reeled off the hat-trick in fine style last time out. He's 2 from 2 as a 4-year-old. And the way he won last time out, just the manner in which he raced, he was drawn 11 out of 12 on the inside track over a mile, was not shy by young Caden Brewer to go to the front. Confident ride, and he just kept finding all the way to the line. They never got close to him. He was never threatened. It was a confident win from number 9, Atticus Finch. Now, that race was a Pinnacle Stakes, which basically means that you can get the £6 maximum penalty. But if you pull out the four line of that race, you'll see horses that are rated 110, 115, 118, 120. And he was carrying bottom weight, but the fact is that I think this 107 at this stage of his career could be a generous mark for him. He's an improving horse, and he's a horse that could be aimed at the bigger features to come during the season if he continues to win in the manner that he has been doing. And if he wins this, I think that he will shorten dramatically for the Betway Summer Cup. He has shortened after his last win, and a win in this race will see him shorten further. So we are going to go with a horse that is improving, that's got the potential, that's got the looks, and a horse that will be tested against this field, no doubt about that. You look at the field, there's quality around him, but I'm hoping that he can raise his game to the next level and possibly win this Group 3. Number 9, Atticus Finch in race number 7. So those are 3 horses at Turfentine. And I had a look at the Hollywoodbets Durbanville card, and there are a few horses that have grabbed my attention, but I've managed to, throw the dart and hit the bullseye, hoping to hit the bullseye with one horse, and that horse will come up in race number 5. His name is Natia, and he's trained by Garrett Van Zyl. Of course, Garrett now has a satellite yard in Cape Town. He's got horses there, and this is, I would suspect, through my conversations with him, one of the horses that he'll be hoping can do justice during the Cape summer season. The son of Noble Tune, the maiden winner, and then the post-maiden run. I worked on course that day. The confidence was passed through from the yard with the messages that Garrett disseminates to the public, which I passed on to you, the valued racing fan, and the confidence was there in the betting market. Straight out the maidens, the word was that he's a horse that's just improving at a rate very, very quickly. Number 8, Nutship, and he won an excellent race going back to back. He won very, very easily, easier than the margin suggests. I think Atan Diwe, Good Life, he wanted to extend this horse. He could have won closer to 10 lengths than the 5 lengths that shows in the form guide that you are using. So he'll make his first run in the Western Cape at Hollywoodbets Durbanville, which is a tight track. But I've watched this horse race, and I don't see a problem with the course. My slight concern is that he's been off since the 16th of July, and he's taking on some, hard-knocking individuals down in the Western Cape. But if Garrett's assessment of this horse's ability is on the button, then Even if he's 80, 90% ready going into this race, I'm expecting him to win a race of this nature. I think he's a horse that's not going to retire two-time winner, and if he continues to improve and win his races, who knows where he could feature later on in the season. Horse number 8, Natyam, and these form lines from KZN have held up well. So we'll go with him as a right horse in race number 5, horse number 8, Natyam. So we've given you 3 horses at Turfentine. I've given you 1 horse at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. But I haven't given you anything for our race meeting in Fairview in Gqeberha, where there will be lots of interest. But I had a look at that card, and I'm just going on to race number 4 quickly. In that 4th race, there is going to be a massive pick 6 on the day. And I think that I'm going to play that pick 6 with 2 bankers. So if you are going to be playing into that pick 6, well, maybe take a chance with these 2 runners. In race number, it's the Krief Fourie machine that I'm going with, that are so successful down in Gqeberha at Fairview. And the 2 runners are picked out will be horses that I think will be at top of the betting boards for pick 6 players. In race number 4, I'm going with nose number 2, Lady Mystico, who does top the best weighted column. She looks like a super talented filly that's on a hat trick. That's going to be my banker. Race 4, number 2. And then race number 8, I know that Cliff Top is carrying a big weight of 62 kgs, but he is a classy horse. He's already won 6 times from 17 starts, and he just looks like a high-class sprinter. There's lots of form to work around in this field as well, but one has to take a chance. So I'm going to go banker, Lady Mystico, race number 4, and race number 8, Cliff Top. And that's going to be my input for Sunday, where we race at Fairview, the Algoa Cup race meeting. And that is it, guys. I trust that you are going to have a wonderful weekend wherever you're playing. And as always, on behalf of World Sports Betting, thanks to all the punters, but more importantly and more especially, thanks to you, the valued customer. Until we meet again, have a wonderful weekend. Have a blast. Make a huge profit. And hopefully it turns out to be a very successful weekend for you, wherever you play on World Sports Betting. Until we meet again, you take care. Salary Gaste.